Welcome back to part 2, guys. At the end of the last part we got hold of the Armageddon spell. So what that basically does is it transports it starts a countdown, and then every creature in that level is teleported to your dungeon heart, and picking creatures up is disabled. So it's basically starting one big fight to the finish. It's one of my favourite spells, to be honest, just because it's carnage. But I will be using it to win this level, certainly. But it's the problem is that obviously you need to be in a favourable position before you do this. And just building a prison here because I need to be able to capture the creatures, because it looks like some have been let loose.
A door has been manufactured.
Just setting to claiming my opponent's dungeon at this point. Looks like the samurai and the Lord of the Land have gone. But as you can see, there's two parties of heroes there, and they will shortly be on their way towards me. I'm chucking ghosts at this stage. Ghosts aren't tremendously useful. They can do research, and apparently they can see concealed creatures, but really compared to what I've got now, they're not something that I'm too gonna find too useful.
A trap has been manufactured.
But here's the first wave.
Your creatures are attacking the enemy. You have claimed an enemy room. Your minions are winning a battle. Your creatures
Forgot to turn imprisoning on.
Your minions are winning a battle.
Not really that I want dwarves or anything like that, but can always let them go into level 10. Let them go into level 4 skeletons. Skeletons can be useful. Witches are certainly going to be a slightly more dangerous first, because they're capable of really dealing out damage, and that whirlwind spell of theirs is highly annoying.
A door has been manufactured. Your minions are winning a battle. Your creatures are under attack. Your minions are winning a battle. Your creatures are attacking the enemy. Your vampire is risen in your graveyard. Your minions are winning a battle.
Fortunately though, witches are pretty much incapable of taking damage.
Your library is too small. A trap has been manufactured.
So let's figure out what we're going to do with them then, shall we? And here's me being an idiot, using the heal spell. You might notice something there off to the right. There is a hatchery round about there, and I could just throw chickens onto them. They don't have that much health that wouldn't work.
A trap has been manufactured.
I'm not going to use him, he's no use to me.
A vampire has risen in your graveyard.
But hey, we have another one. So I spent about 10,000 gold I needn't have done there, but you live and you learn, and we'll get these witches onto our side, and they're actually pretty useful spellcasters.
An entrance has been claimed. It is paid.
You know, I'm not usually one for helping the good on this game, but sometimes you just got to give them a lightning bolt to help them out.
Are running low. You have claimed an enemy room. A trap has been manufactured. You have claimed an enemy room.
Quite lucky here with payday around that I'm found all this gold near what used to be the enemy dungeon heart. I'm also going to start mining out all those gems, and that'll be the end of any sort of money worries that we've got for this level.
To your cause. Your creatures are under attack.
And also during this time we've been manufacturing traps, so there's a quick 4,000 or 5,000 gold to be made just from selling traps there, so...
A trap has been manufactured.
Not in too much financial trouble when you've got a workshop working to this calibre. Yeah, just build a treasure room around here and mine out all the gold and the gems, and that's the end of whatever potential financial worries we've got. And since we're now one-on-one with the other keeper with superior forces, because he's constantly in a fight at the moment, we can end up, we can just cast Armageddon once we get to a certain amount of gold, and that'll be enough to see us winning the level. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we've still got this huge fight going on here, but they can't deal enough damage to the knight because of his healing ability.
Your creatures are under attack. A trap has been manufactured.
Funny. I mean, they've maxed out on creatures and they just can't do any damage to him.
A prisoner has died and risen as a skeleton.
Finally, took him long enough. But yeah,
a trap has been manufactured.
All the gold's mined out now, so I'll just tag the gems, and that's that as far as money worries go.
A trap has been manufactured.
Still a fight going. See, that's just too many creeps in one place for me not to get involved. Knight shouldn't have much of a problem winning that fight now. In preparation for the Armageddon spell, I did mention that it transports everyone to your dungeon heart. So what would be more logical at this point than surrounding your dungeon heart with traps? Unfortunately, it looks like I've triggered a rather large group of heroes, or at least my imps have done. So, oh, the knight's on his own. Yep, he did fairly well in that fight. The opponent's down to 19 creatures, he's lost 16 creatures in that fight so far.
Your creatures are under attack.
Yeah, it looks like wizards and giants.
Your creatures are falling in battle.
Yeah, here they come.
A trap has been manufactured. Your creatures are under attack.
If I didn't want to trigger them, I could just put a door there, and that'd just let me turtle up and cast Armageddon, but
a trap has been manufactured.
This is the slightly more interesting way. The last level was a bit of a turtle, so I'm going to
Your creatures are
take a slightly more interesting variant this time. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with turtling this level, each to their own.
Your creatures are under attack. Your minions are winning a battle. Your creatures are falling in battle. Your workshop is not big enough. Your minions are winning a battle.
That whirlwind spell's so irritating.
Has been manufactured. Your minions are winning a battle.
Anyway, another group of heroes for us to deal with. Now I wonder what the best way to deal with them would be.
Has been manufactured. A vampire has risen in your graveyard.